Love the title. All right, awesome. So I guess we'll kick it off, guys. So welcome everybody. Welcome to our first Pride Talk, our first Lazy Lions Pride Talk, may I say? This has been coming for a long time. We've had our games nights, we've had our Twitter Spaces, but we're looking forward to actually giving you guys a full update over the past 2 months, where we've come, how far we've come, and we have coming up in the future. And we're really excited to show you guys what we have coming up. So just to set the agenda quickly for today, we're just going to be talking about some wins and celebrations, updates and announcements, team updates, awards and comp winners, and then we'll finish off with the Q&A session, depending on how long that goes for.
Yeah, pretty excited about that, especially with the team updates, guys. This is Ashur. That was Nine. I'm excited for this. Hopefully everyone can hear and see the slides. That's the reason we're doing it on Vimeo. Is that how you pronounce it? Who knows? But that's why we're doing it with video, because we're sharing slides. So just reading the chat, we're going to be looking at that. We've got the team as well monitoring the chat. So then, if there are any questions along the way, at the end we've got that bit of time for Q&A. We'll go over it. But yeah, pretty excited. So I think, like Nine said, we'll start off by just doing a bit of a review, on the progress that we've all made together. Yeah, definitely. And we've got those exciting awards to give out. Everyone's been asking, what are the Lion Awards? What is this? Should we suit up? I've seen people suited up as well, which is quite nice. I'm suited up myself for this, so it'll be pretty exciting. And we're doing the giveaway winners too. So the rewards giveaway winners. So it's a pretty big one now. Hey, Nine. I think we said it was like, a few weeks in terms of the value back then, but I don't even want to imagine how much those lines are worth now.
Crazy.
Yeah.
How quick they've shot up.
So
that giveaway is going to be a big one for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. But let's get into it. So starting off, just a bit of a review. Where are we at? Wins and celebrations. I think the first one is, it's pretty obvious. We launched Bungalows. We've made a lot of progress on the roadmap. And there are some major stats, both on socials in terms of growth, engagement, that I think are really important to highlight. We've seen a lot of this in and around on Twitter, and we've posted a bit in the analytics chat as well. Shout out to Peter, he's had some amazing stats in there. But I think it's definitely important to just have this type of review, reflection on the progress that we're all making, right? Because otherwise it's sort of hard. Hey, Nine, you can do all this and then you don't even you don't take a step back and really go, hey, like there's a lot of progress is actually being made, and it gives a good chance to reflect and see what things have done, what's gone really well, maybe what hasn't, and then tweak if there is a need to do so. But
for sure, gives you that sense of direction as well, seeing that your work is is accomplished. So definitely needs to be done.
Absolutely. In terms of the Bungalows, just some key stats, guys. The pre-sale was sold out in 15 minutes, which I think is pretty awesome. It says a lot. There was 1.5K tokens that were minted. And in terms of the claimed amount, because every holder of the Lazy Lion NFT is able to claim one of these Bungalows at no fee. You just got to pay the gas. And already we've had 85% claimed. And we said that was going to end yesterday, but we're actually extending that, and we'll go into the reasons why. There are some things coming with Bungalows, and we want to make sure everyone has a chance to claim theirs before these changes happen, because I'm pretty excited about it, especially with the dApp that we teased a little bit earlier. But we've got some screenshots, and we've got some tweaks to the rewards program that I think are going to go a long way.
Definitely.
Yeah. Awesome. In terms of the roadmap progress, right? The thing about roadmaps is as well, like, I don't think we don't want to give anyone the wrong idea. Like, it's not we do the roadmap and that's it. That's the project gone, right? Like that's definitely not how it works, right? So this is what I just call it's like chapter 1, right? Chapter 1, here's the roadmap that we set at the beginning. And, just to in terms of an update on where we're at, the community wallet, obviously that was opened straight away. That's being funded with the rewards. So, we dedicate an amount to the rewards every month, and whatever's left over goes straight into the community wallet. And that's used for, right now for if we do things like giveaways, that's where it comes from. Things like the community grant, which we're going to go into soon as well, that'll fund that, and various other things that we think make sense for the community. We launched rewards. Looking back at this, I think it's easy to just sort of dismiss rewards because it happened quite quickly. But I think in terms of the impact that it has had, you just got to look at Twitter, right? I mean, we're having some of these chats with community members, right? Asking about things on updates on marketing and where's the roadmap going, and how effective are these things? Just having honest chats. And I think the realization we came to with a lot of community members, and they were saying this too, is rewards has had a pretty good impact. If you jump onto Twitter, I mean, you see lazy line holders everywhere, right? And I think a large part of that now is, holders actually just want to show off their lazy lines on Twitter in terms of their profile photo, partly because they look pretty cool. And, people are proud of the lazy lines. So I think that's a large, part of the reason why. But at the beginning anyways, that's what draws you people in. So I think that's had a really good impact. And just
most definitely. When I go on Twitter personally, I see so many lazy line PFPs, and I've heard of rewards, bringing in so many people as well. So it's an amazing starting point for people, and we believe it's really helped actually build a lot of the lazy lines brand as well. So
exactly right, and getting excited myself and skipping ahead, but just with rewards, right? Because if we look at it realistically, we dedicate almost almost half of the royalties, which is, if you think about it from, a project's point of view, that's almost half of the revenue coming in, being dedicated towards something like this. So it's almost like a marketing spend, if you look at it that way. But the nice thing with us, it stays true to our values of, putting the community first, because, instead of doing what maybe other collections and projects are doing, where, budget is spent on paying influencers or big celebrities to show off the profile photo, we give it back to the community. Right? That's the key difference. Instead of it just going to one person, it goes to everyone in return for showing off the profile photos. And to be honest, I don't know if I'd have it any other way. I'd prefer to go and see the community with the profile photos, them being rewarded rather than just one single person, or a couple of key people just because they're celebrities, right? But anyway, so that we've got the merch drop coming. I'm pretty excited about that, as I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. I don't want to say too much because I know Nin's in the chain. She's going to get a bit upset with me. But the merch drop should be good. And then the Bungalows. Bungalows has come out. That was successful. We've got a lot coming to that, which we're going to share later. The game, it's hard to say much without being, without getting front runned on something like this, which is, is obviously taking quite a bit of time. As it should, and a lot of effort. But the main thing is, yes, that is being worked on.
I think the discussions we've had, about it, and what's coming up it always excites me. So I'm looking forward to the day that we can actually, talk about it freely. So it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I think that's in terms of ways to gauge if we think it's going to be the right thing. It's like you said, for me, it's giving me the same feeling as with rewards, right? I feel like I get excited just thinking about whenever we have these these chats and I can see the progress. It's definitely pretty exciting.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so the major stats in terms of just the general market stats, I think we're now at over 13,000 ETH traded on the secondary volume. That's considering we're coming up to 2 months now, I think that's an insane amount. But what's even more impressive, and really one of the more key metrics, is the amount of owners that we have, right? And there's nothing that's artificially changing this. There's no different in rewards if you have multiple addresses or just one. But because we've seen this with other collections where the numbers go up and sort of ruins the measure, but we've got 4.6 K total owners of Lazy Lions, not even including the Bungalows, which has brought in new community members as well, which is great. And the floor price, I think, was hovering at 2.3 ETH. So it's pretty cool. I think, looking back at it, the fact that it's only been, it hasn't even been 2 months yet. I think that says quite a bit. And something even more exciting that we've seen recently, the record sales. So the top 3 biggest sales. So seen that crown go for 17.5 ETH. So the clean line go for almost 20. But that one of one cub line going for 99 ETH. I think that that's pretty cool.
When this first got minted, I still remember that day when this somebody actually picked this line up, this cub up, and we were excited about it. Like, oh, look at the actual cub got minted, and seeing it go for this price now is absolutely insane. So.
Absolutely right, and we're moving so quickly as well. It feels like we're breaking these records almost every day. And I'm just reading the chat now, and it looks like we had a 23 ETH crown line today. So there you go, right? We just from yesterday, it's already outdated, which is great. It just shows the progress. It's alive. And I think what's really cool about the cub is, as the floor is going up and up, and not that we're obviously totally focused on the floor, but as it does, it gets harder and harder for new entrants to come in and new members to join the pride. But these kind of sales, attract realistically the people who are going to be coming in later on to Lazy Lions. So seeing these kind of trades gives a lot of confidence, I think. Yeah, Twitter stats as well, as we had 17,000 new followers in September alone. So that's almost 50% of our total followers to date. In terms of the profile visits as well, there's almost 1.5 million visits. We've seen the engagement stats on Twitter. I don't think this is a big surprise, right? Like, we're pretty much, I think if you had to look at all the projects, I saw someone post about it, and it's just like, no matter where I go on Twitter, I just see lions everywhere, right? And yeah, I think it's one of those things where just the general sentiment says a lot. Discord as well. We're at 40,000 members total. We had 32,000 members join in September. Now you're probably asking, why is that number so much higher than Twitter? There's obviously a bit more churn with Discord because people jump in and out of servers compared to Twitter, where that doesn't really happen as much. But yeah, even still, 40,000 members on Discord. That's a lot, hey? I mean, I know you look at it.
Yeah, I spend a lot of my time in the Discord myself, and just seeing those numbers increase on a daily even is absolutely insane. And seeing the amount of messages sent as well, like up at 280,000, it's absolutely wild. We have like specific days where the Discord is just going crazy. And it's beautiful to see, really. Yeah,
absolutely is. Awesome. All right, so that's a bit of just reflection. I think that's always good, just to look back. Gives us all a reminder of like, hey, progress. There is good progress being made, right? And it's one of those things where you don't want to. I'm cool. I'm just like everyone else. I'm probably the most eager to get things done, right? But and seeing new things and being working on new things. But I think the growth that we've been at as well, it's been really, it's come across as really organic. It's really steady, and that just brings stability as well, because we don't see like volatile prices and stuff, which are a bit discouraging. Because like we said, we shouldn't be focusing on the floor price. I think that's just a result of. But the main things are like what we look at is what do the growth numbers tell us? What's churn look like as well, both in terms of social and wallets. How many people are buying lions and then getting rid of lions, and then that says a lot more information than the floor price, which is usually dictated by factors that are outside of anyone's control, right? But the growth, churn, engagement. So people are buying lions and they're coming in the Discord. Are they engaging with the community? If they are, what kind of effect is that having? Those are the more important metrics that we really focus on, because we're at the end of the day, like our core values obviously lie with the community, right? Putting the community first. So it makes sense that we focus on, KPIs, on metrics that have to do with the community, right? And floor price, that's I feel like that's a result of, right? And it's really hard to just have that as a number that everyone needs to be focused on.
most definitely.
Cool.
I think it's always good to look back and reflect at how far we've actually come as well, like in these 2 months. So it's just good to keep a level head at all times, especially for us as well. Just reflecting where we initially started and how far we've actually come. It's inspiring for me.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to grow too quickly, and then there's a massive pump, and then obviously a massive dump. That's not good. That's demoralizing for everyone. So I think growth, the way it's been going, has been really good, and the data's been showing that too. All right, updates and announcements. So what do we have coming that we can reveal, anyways? Right, without getting front one, we're seeing more and more, other projects, and there's nothing wrong with this. Like, everyone looks at each other and we innovate. Like, that's just how it is. And I truly believe that, like, this isn't a zero-sum game, right? Like, we don't. If one project wins, that doesn't mean the other has to lose, even though obviously we see some people in the greater community think that way. But that's not how we should see it, right? Like, that's definitely not how we should see it. But the reality is there are other projects, following in our footsteps, I guess is probably the nice way to say it, with what we're doing, what we're releasing. And, we've seen it sometimes where we just mention it on Twitter, and then you see other projects incorporating that. And sometimes before we get the chance to even incorporate it fully ourselves. So we got to be careful about that, about getting front run, because it's a very real thing. But let's start with the Bungalow dApp.
Yeah.
All right. So this one is pretty exciting. So we've got a new hire come in who's just been amazing, right? In terms of looking after the brand, working on the brand redesign on the website. This person has experience, working on some, big game projects, redesigning their websites, their apps, the UI. So they've come in and they're working on the Bungalow dApp now. And just to give a sneak peek, so let's take a step back. Like, what is the Bungalow dApp? Like, what's the reason for a dApp for the bungalows, right? I don't think it's so obvious when you just look at the art on OpenSea, but so here's how it works. So the bungalows, they are ERC721 tokens. That's just geek speak for NFTs, right? That's an NFT. It's got the image and the metadata and all that. That's fine. That can't change. You can't change the images of the metadata dynamically in a clean way. Okay. So we've got the NFTs, the Lazy Lion bungalows on OpenSea. Anyone can go get one. If you notice, there's 3 portraits, right, in every single bungalow. And those portraits are designed there on purpose. The idea is that you will put your own Lazy Lions or any other NFTs that you want in those frames. And it's a way to show off, essentially like your gallery of NFTs. Because there hasn't been a clean way to do that on Twitter. And it just made sense to do it in the banner because that wasn't being utilized. Fits in with the theme of Lazy Lions, but it still gives you a chance to show off your other NFTs. So what we did was, in the smart contract itself, we actually made it so there are checks that go into seeing if you actually own that NFT. And if you do, then you're able to link it. So essentially, you're only able to link NFTs that you own. And that's stored permanently in the blockchain. And then, that adds an interesting dynamic of, you see a link between another NFT, and it's like that person at one point in time owned that, and they've linked that there. And because that information is there, we can use that in, future dApps, whether it's a gallery on our website, whether it's, a game, whatever it might be, anything that connects to the blockchain, we can read that data. So what we wanted to do was, right now, anyone can go onto, Etherscan and write to that function that checks if you have the NFTs and then links it. But we figured, damn, it'd be a lot easier if we made a dApp, right? And also, even if you didn't want to record to the blockchain, but you just wanted to edit your bungalow with other NFTs and be able to pull all your NFTs from OpenSea automatically, drag, drop, that kind of thing. So here's a sneak peek of what the dApp looks like. So, as you guys can see, you'll be able to, it's like a step-by-step thing. Jump on the dApp. It'll be on our website. The dApp is just a decentralized application. It means you log in with your wallet rather than logging in with like creating an account. You log in with your Ethereum wallet. So you'll be able to see your bungalows, scroll through, pick the one that you like, and then you'll have the 3 portraits that you can then pick. And when you click on that, you'll be able to see all your NFTs pulled from OpenSea. Press it, automatically gets put into there. If you want to record it to the blockchain, that's when it'll ask you to sign a transaction, and then that'll be permanently linked. That link of you owning that NFT to that frame will be permanently linked to every bungalow. Otherwise, if you just want to save it and you just wanted to use this tool as a way to edit your bungalow, then you easily can. The UI is very clean. Like I said, the person who's been working on this is pretty amazing. So I'm excited for this. Yeah, that's the idea of it. And, we've had questions, and I can see in the chat as well. What happens if you sell the NFT? That link is always going to be there, right? At the end of the day, it's a link, right? It's not actually saying that you have to, sell both NFTs together. Like, you don't have to sell the NFTs that you link to the bungalow in a collection. That's not how it works. This is just a link, right? But why that link is so important is because it's on the blockchain. We can always access that data in future applications. So we'll be able to see that link and then pull the image of that link, for example, and then use that in random ways, right? So that's the really cool thing. We don't have to worry about a centralized database or something to keep track of it. It's on the blockchain itself. You can change it to another NFT, so you can always edit and just point it to another NFT that you own. All right. So with that, we figured it probably made sense for a bungalow cop. Hey, man.
Yeah, most definitely. Personally, I've seen so many awesomely decorated bungalows coming through the Showcase Your Bungalow channel in Discord. People have been very artistic and very unique, so it only makes sense that we created like a specific competition for decorating your bungalow. It's pretty simple on how you can actually enter this giveaway. Basically, there's going to be a Decorate Your Bungalow channel in Discord. It's going to be an image only channel where you can then post all of your images inside of the Discord of your decorated bungalow. The dev team will take a look at them, see how creative everybody is, and we'll choose the top 5 submissions that we see. And then with that, there'll be a community vote via a poll in Discord, around which bungalow they think is the winner. We think, I've seen so many, awesomely decorated bungalows, so I think this competition is really going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The prize for the actual giveaway will be a free bungalow NFT to the winner, who is chosen specifically by the community. So we think it's going to cause a lot of engagement, and it's going to be beautiful to see what everyone comes up with. There's been some crazy ones already, so yeah, really looking forward to this specific competition.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind as well that the entries do close on the 11th of October at 11:59 p.m. PT.
Yeah, pretty excited for this. We've seen, like you were saying, there's just so many good ones on Twitter as well. Outside of the actual frames, people have done, designs with their lines in the bed, or chilling with drinks with an overlay. So I think they're pretty cool.
I think I'd seen one where there was a line that was sleeping in the bed, and then somebody was like peeking through the little window, peeking through the window. That one got me good. So
yeah,
it's gonna be interesting to see how creative everybody gets.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty excited about this. There is one more big thing with the bungalows as well. So I guess we'll move into rewards.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we've had questions about, when rewards. Is it the 10th? Is it this? Is it that? I guess just in terms of why did we do it the 10th? There's a certain delay, I guess, between like the month ending and then, getting those rewards. I'm using rewards everywhere now, but getting those rewards from OpenSea. So that's why there's a bit of a delay. And we did the 10th because it made sense, because it felt like it made a lot of sense because it was on a Friday. It was, I think it was a lot of fun for whoever was there last time on the 10th of September, and everyone was just in the chat, waiting for the drop. We were all in there just hyping each other up, sending the batches together, everyone waiting for their rewards. That was a lot of fun. So, we don't have to do it to the 10th every month, but we do have to give it some time, just to make sure that, we aren't waiting on OpenSea. But we want to make it a lot of fun, right? Like, that's the main thing. And I think when we were talking about it, Nine, sort of made sense to do it on Friday. So
I feel like that, the last time we actually did it, it was the most fun I've had in a long time, actually.
Yeah.
Just seeing everybody in the chat, getting really hyped up, and it was the first drop that we actually did. It was amazing, and everybody, getting the images, posting it on Twitter, the engagement was insane. So
Absolutely, and I think it's something like, I don't even know how much in rewards that we're giving out this time, but yeah, it's a lot, which is good. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But let's go into the change of requirements. This is something that I've had DMs about as well. We've seen this post in the chat, and good feedback. Like, we're always reading the feedback and ideas channel as well. Not like, I don't personally look at that, every single day and read every single message as it comes in, but I do read, like, I personally read every single message, and I'll do it in batches, right? So, we'll try and do it like once every week or two. We'll jump in, go back to where I last read, and then just go through all the ideas and feedback. So if you do have any, definitely please post it in there. Like, that's the best avenue. I'd say probably even better than DMs, because DMs can get lost. Hey, Nine. It's so that channel I would say is definitely the best, and it's a good way to see the rest of the community support it too. And if they do, then great. That gives it a lot more weighting too. But yeah, rewards is something we've had a lot of feedback on. I think everyone understands, like, this has had a really good impact on Twitter. And obviously Twitter is, if we look at it from like a marketing point of view, the amount that we're giving towards rewards, which I think is probably more than most collections would spend on marketing, if you look at it that way, but we're just rewarding the community. It's quite a bit. So, I think it's understandable that we have the requirements of profile photo, the lion emoji, and, we had diamond pause as an extra incentive for the giveaways, but we're tweaking the requirements a little bit to open it up to more, because we understand, some people have profile photos and they, they're really attached to it and they don't want to change to a lion just yet. At the same time, like, this is an extra incentive. So we just need to make sure, the main thing with all these decisions, and just like an FYI, like, whenever we make these kind of decisions, and they are, they can have a big impact, it's always what's best for the project, right? What's best for the project. And obviously one of our core values is putting the community first. So it sort of goes hand in hand with community being the project and project being the community. So that's it. That's what we put. We don't put any individual above the project. It's literally what is best for the project. Like, that's our thinking across the whole team. So here's how we're tweaking it. Moving forward in October, to meet the requirements, there are going to be 4 options. You can have either your Lazy Lion NFT as your Twitter profile photo. You can have a lion emoji in either your bio or username. You can now have diamond pause as one of the requirements, or the Bungalow Twitter banner. Okay, so those are the 4 options that you have, and you've got a choice. You just need to get 3 of those 4 options, and then you'll be able to claim your rewards. Okay, and if you have all 4, then you really are a king or queen. All 4 gang, absolutely. So
I would love to see that actually happen. That'd be an awesome sight to see. All 4.
Yeah,
beautiful.
So now a bit more flexibility, right? And to make sure we're giving everyone an equal chance. I know some have probably gotten rid of their bungalows. That is what it is. We're extending the claim by a week. So whoever hasn't had claimed their bungalow just yet, you can do so on bungalows.lazylionsnft.com, or if you go onto lazylionsnft.com, the main website, click on the claim button when you scroll down, and you'll be able to get your bungalow for free. You just need to pay the gas. So yeah. But the rewards payout, so this is the date for October. It's the 8th of October. Okay, it's going to be the second Friday of every month. That's what we're aiming to do. So unless there's some big change, because obviously it's dependent on OpenSea, if there isn't, then it'll be the second Friday of every month.
Yeah, I think that only makes sense, right? Doing it on a Friday, it's the most fun.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So, moving on, I know there's been a lot of talk about the actual community grant. Like, what is it? What does it mean? For us, it's something that we're very excited about as well. I think me and Ash have spoken about this a couple of times, and we really want to see, what the community can actually do. We've seen, like I've said, like, there's so many ideas that come through the Discord channel, the specific channel called Ideas and Feedback. There's ideas in there every day, and you guys in the community have been our backbone. And we're looking now to give you guys sort of like a helping hand, just to see what you guys can do and what you guys can create. We think it's it's going to provide a lot of value for the Lazy Lions brand, and I know that the ideas that you guys will come up with will be extraordinary. And yeah, basically how it's going to work is it's going to be a community grant where you guys will submit your ideas as a proposal to our grants@bcm.media email address. Once you've actually submitted your proposal, the dev team is going to review the top submissions that actually come through. We're going to handpick a couple that we think would really provide a lot of value to the Lazy Lions, and they could receive a grant of up to $2,500 to then go ahead with their idea and help build the Lazy Lions brand. These grants of up to $2,500 will vary, so it could be higher, it could be lower, depending on the actual idea that you come up with. But we know you guys have already submitted some amazing ideas, so we're not we are expecting some awesome things to come through. How many grants we actually give out is just going to be solely dependent on the amount of ideas that come through as well. So
absolutely, I'm pretty excited about this. I think it makes a lot of sense. Like, the project is so community driven. I've seen a ton of good ideas. Obviously, like we've brought in a lot of people, but even then it's tough to put the time towards certain things. I've heard some great ideas around the metaverse. I think having like a weekly catch up in the metaverse, and maybe we bring on singers, and we've got like a mini little like we can create like a cabana bar and someone's singing there live. I think that there are a lot of cool things that we can do and ideas that I've seen as well. But it's one of those things, if you do have this kind of professional experience, or even if you don't, but something you're really passionate about and you think it's going to benefit the community, then please send in your ideas. We're going to be reviewing all of them. Whatever you think is going to benefit the community, just make sure, what we would ask is if you could please make sure that it's properly thought out, because we're going to ask a lot of questions, right? Like, if naturally, like, it's not just going to be something where we just hand out the funding for. We want to get an idea of how's it going to benefit the community. Do you have all the necessary skills to do it? What time frame can you do it? What are the potential positives, potential negatives with every kind of idea? So that's the community grant. I'm pretty excited about that. I think that's going to be a real hit.
Great.
Cool. So moving into the marketing plan, we've had a lot of questions about this, about what are our plans for marketing, and it's one of those things. It's like there are two things I feel about this, right? It's tough because going back to being front run, especially now that like the size that we're all at, right? Like, I think everybody understands the project's size. If we announce things too early, and they obviously take time to put into motion, that's we can't afford to get front run or have things leaked or sabotaged. So that that's not a good outcome. So we got to be really careful about what we share. And even with the timing, it's one of those things where it might just come off better if it's a bit of a surprise as well. I think like this is these are talks that we've had. We've got a lot of cool things in the works, but yeah, it's really tough sharing the exact details without that kind of risk. And then the other thing is with rewards, right? Like, we have to be realistic about it and see, almost or pretty much half of the rev coming in every single month is dedicated towards that kind of program, which is having great results, right? Yeah. Like, it's having a lot of good results. We're seeing the Twitter engagement, we're seeing the Discord engagement. That's bringing in a lot of new entrants into Lazy Lions. So, these things are working. And, while we've had a bunch of DMs, by like really solid community members as well. We've had some top community members, try and organize these things with, celebrities and influencers, and like everyone's got like really good intentions, which is great. But at the end of the day, it just doesn't feel right. We could put marketing spend, we could put a budget towards, getting influencers or celebrities in, but it hasn't felt right. Right now, like we've talked about this, we've spent quite a bit on this as well, in terms of, it's just like, is that something we're really going to do? Are we going to go down that route of, paying influencers and celebrities to what? Do we give them a lion?
Do we pay? A big part of it, right? Like we've held to this core value pretty much since the beginning, and it doesn't make sense for us to sort of break that now. And I know a lot of the community sort of respects that as well. So it's not something. It's not really the route that we're looking to go, and we don't want to break those core values that we have. It's bringing us this far now, so it's not something that we're looking to change.
Yeah, it just goes back, ties in with putting the community first as well. Like you can see from all of our actions, right? Because these values are really important because it dictates what everyone in the team does, right? From top all the way down, it really dictates that. So I think we're naturally going to go towards rewarding the community rather than rewarding the, rewarding celebrities, rewarding influencers, rewarding outsiders. And you can see that with the giveaways, right? Like that zombie lion giveaway that we're doing, that we're announcing later, the winner of. Like that could have easily been given towards a celebrity and a quite a big one as well, because it's a valuable lion, right? And they could have posted about Twitter. Everyone would have had that quick rush. We could have retweeted about it, posted about it, would have created a lot of noise, but then what? Yeah. Then what? Do we do it again? Like what are the long-term effects of that? What does that do? How does that make everyone else feel that we're just giving out lines for free to people who aren't even in the project? Right? Just sort of devalues everything, right? So what we're looking at in terms of the plan is like bigger things. Like without going into too much, it's how can we see lazy lions everywhere, right? Like where can we see it? Like whenever you walk outside and there's chances are there's something to do with lazy lions. It's gonna make you think about lazy lions. Not directly meaning it, you see it on a billboard or something like that. And we've had feedback on billboards, boomer billboards and all that. I don't want to discourage that because I've seen community members do billboards as well, which is really cool. And we've got some things in the works to help community members design that. But we're looking at other things. How can we get a bigger return? How can we make sure it fits in with how we've been doing? So, we've teased about rewards. Having your lazy lion be like, access to various different memberships and exclusives and discounts and stuff. And I think even had a really good chat with a community member talking about opening it up to other lazy lion holders, where we've got the professional networking group in Discord. How about opening it up to lazy lion holders so that way they can offer their services at a discount or at a special rate to other lazy lion holders, and tying that into rewards, and maybe putting budget towards that to help them execute it. For example, creating a platform that makes it easier. I think those probably better uses of marketing spend if we look at it like that. But we had actually filled in this next slide, and we're like, do we actually share this with some of our big items that we're working on? And we're like, no, like it's too risky. I made the call. I was like, no, we're not going to share this. Like it's a bit too much risk. But I can tell everyone like, well, we are effectively working on right now. Like this is the big thing is I think the immediate future anyways is the branding upgrade, right? And that's going across the board. So obviously the website's being redesigned, the logo, the images, even in terms of our Twitter accounts, social media accounts, that's the big thing that's being worked on right now. So there are other things that we've left the icons there, but without saying too much, like the main thing is there are a lot of things in the works. And it's sort of being reflected by the team updates too. So this one I'm really excited about because our team's, it's growing. Not everyone is obviously full time, but we're bringing in like really talented people to come in and help, either, on a project basis or part-time, just to help in when we need certain things and some of the bigger projects that we're also working on. So in terms of the team updates, we brought on a communications manager. So that's a pretty exciting one. The creative director for brand, the person who has experience with some of the largest games, I think, right? No, it's probably safe to say, without saying too much. I don't think it'd be appropriate to share, but he's got a lot of experience on these, so he's helping design
some of the work he's done is it's amazing to see. So I'm looking forward to actually getting this fully complete for you guys to see. I think you guys will love it.
Absolutely. Like even the bungalows right now, just interacting with it just makes me go, wow, like it just goes a long way in terms of our branding, right? Like it really fits in. With that communications manager, now that we filled that role, just want to say big thanks to Sonny who we reached out to and said, hey, like there was a real need in like this next 2-3 weeks. If you were able to assist, and she was like, absolutely, right. And that's we got a lot of respect for that. She's been awesome in the community. I was always cautious about it, and she could tell you guys herself. I was like, she's been such an active voice on Discord. We didn't want to take that away with Twitter, and I think we saw like a little bit of that. Naturally, she was working on the Twitter stuff, but she helped out heaps. And now we've got the communications manager. But yeah, big thank you to her for that. Tech support, something I think most projects hope they never need, but we wanted to make it really comfortable for community members. So you've probably seen him in our Discord, right? No?
Yeah, definitely. We've got a new tech support guy. I know there was we had an old tech support channel. You might have seen him in there. His name was Watts. He's been awesome. He's been helping out a lot in that specific channel. He's learned the ropes already around awards, around majority of what we do here. And yeah, he's been a great help. He's managing the support tickets as well. Now there's a new channel that we've created. Basically, it's like a support ticket channel, and he's in there, helping the community, day to day. So yeah, it's very welcome. Very big welcome to Watts.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been awesome so far. So that's the tech support. We've brought on a web developer as well to do the front end / Web3 stuff. That's pretty much just making sure it's got the right connections to the blockchain to be able to pull that data. Some people are like, what is Solidity? What is this foreign language? That's the coding language for the blockchain, for Ethereum's blockchain. So and a few others, but that's what that's the type of code you have to write in to create smart contracts. So we've got someone coming in to do that for the longer term projects. That takes pressure off myself and some of the other people as well. So that way we could focus on other things. So they're working on things from now. I can see questions about the game, things like that, that we've got that person working on from now. Like that's, we've got resources working on that kind of stuff. Data scientists as well. So this guy's got a lot of experience, a lot of big, education, ticks as well. But they're helping build out, just refining some of the KPIs that we have, making sure that the data points that we do have at the moment, are we all on track with that as well, with the KPIs that we have been measuring, anything we need to change. So they're actively working on that too. And obviously, we've got the existing staff members. Aaron's been amazing. Peter's been amazing. We've had other team members on Twitter. We had another creative director on the NFTs alone that worked on the Bungalows, obviously the lines themselves. In terms of the new artist after Rizio, so we worked with contractors on those images, even on the original lines. So, Rizio obviously assisted with that. But yeah, we still have those contractors that we work with on the images. So I don't think, I'm not overly concerned. I'm not concerned about that. But yeah, Rizio's as well. He's it's great to have him, like I mentioned in the announcements as well. So wish him all the best as well moving forward.
Yeah.
Cool.
And our team is always expanding as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not going to be the final team. Like we're actively looking to build and expand and bring the best people into the project. So yeah, this is the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. And how do we find these people? Like we're always on the lookout as well. So if you do feel like there's something that you could offer professionally, you'd love to be part of the team. Like we're always open to that. Absolutely. Ideas and feedback is one great way. And if we have openings, we'll post about it. Absolutely. Cool. Got a whole yeah, it's just reading that message as well. I just quickly saw the chat. I mean, that's the reality, right? Like we're here for the long term. If we weren't, then we wouldn't be making these hires, right? Like we wouldn't be putting our money where, I feel like this is putting, money where our mouth is like we think there's so much potential long term. Like I truly think that. That's why I don't think it's worth, us, giving that up for short-term gains. Like even though those short-term gains might be, they might seem pretty big right now, I truly think if we really focus on the project, I think there's a lot of benefits, not just for us, but for the community as well. If we have that kind of thinking. And that's why, like, you'll notice, like everything we do, like we don't want to rush things. We don't want to just do things that are going to cause a big pump and then dump because either, it's not realistic to live up to it, or, it's just not the right thing for long-term health. So everything we do is with that kind of vision.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Should we get into the
the
Lazy Lion Awards?
Yeah, this is something that I was very sort of excited to excited to share. I know we've been speaking about it for quite a while, me and you, on how we can actually deliver something like this. But it only made sense that we started to reward the community members that were putting in an effort on a day-to-day basis and just going above and beyond for Lazy Lions.
Pretty much it, right? Like we've always rewarded community members, even like in our pre-launch days as well. Those who are still around understand like that's just our thing. Like if we want to reward the community, like that's just it ties in with the core value. So it's like any way that makes sense, we'll do it. So we've got the Lazy Lions Awards.
One of my favorite slides.
Yeah.
It's really awesome. The lion statue. So fitting.
Absolutely. So I guess just an overview. Maybe we should do the drum roll. Hey, just the overview is we want to reward different community members. So whether it's a admin staff or a moderator or or a community member, we just want to reward those people who are engaged and are really contributing extraordinary efforts to the project, right, which benefits everyone. So I guess we should definitely get a little bit of a drum roll.
Yeah, a little bit of a drum roll.
Yeah.
We'll start off with the moderator award, because every single day our moderators put in a bunch of effort, and these guys, they are voluntary as well, and the amount of effort they put in every single day is bar to none. So yeah, definitely a big thanks to all of the moderators, and this is something we want to do more frequently. Just having a moderator win an award for each month. So
absolutely right. It's hard to pick from as well, because like there are so many community members, right? Because our project has been all about the community. So on Twitter, on Discord, like there are so many people doing fantastic efforts. So it's so tough to pick one. But this is just an extra little thing, right? Recognition. But yeah, let's get into the some of the quotes, I guess, that have been said about this particular moderator.
Awesome. I'll just give you guys a quick recap of the quotes. So this person is a hugely integral part of the prize moderation team, whether it be helping fellow lions, finding massive raids, or keeping the overall vibe hyped. This person is young cub, are true kings.
It's probably good, right?
It's a cool one.
Yeah.
And this person is a king who has been there since the beginning. He has an eye for moderation, keeping the chats clean, raids on a daily basis, and provides great ideas to help benefit the community. So
absolutely. And just to add on this as well, like just to add on this, like this community member, this moderator, obviously Nine's a bit more involved in the Discord than I am, but what I love is like not only have they been like truly aligned with the project, and every time like with their actions, I truly believe they're doing what they think is best for the project. And I love that we've had honest chats as well on DMs. Not afraid to give honest feedback, which is what we need, right? Because sometimes as we're busy working on the roadmap items, on other things, we don't want to stay disconnected from the community. So it's great to just get that honest feedback from time to time. But yeah, Nine, if you want to announce the winner of this.
Yep, definitely. So I just want to give a big congratulations to Mr. DJC. Been a great help for us over the past 2 months. So big congratulations to you, and we appreciate all of your efforts. So thank you for everything that you've done.
DJC, awesome.
Big DJC.
And as a thank you,
to
with these shout outs as well, we're going to be sending 0.2 ETH to all the winners as a thank you, right? I don't like no one's expecting that. I think a shout out goes a long way as well. Shows the appreciation. But yeah, we'll be sending 0.2 ETH to all these winners.
To all the winners, yeah.
Awesome, DJC King. Really appreciate you. Cool. All right, the community member award.
All right, the community member award. This is going to be a fun one.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to announce this one. This person's a very active member in the community. Obviously, put in efforts day to day on a regular basis. I don't know if this person actually sleeps because I've seen them in Discord. I've seen them in Discord so much, but yeah, their value, their efforts, are truly incredible. So there's a couple of quotes as well that have come from the community about this person. So
absolutely, let's read some of the quotes.
Yeah, definitely. So this person keeps the chat alive at all times, every day. He spends countless hours looking for Twitter wars and drives the community to another level. That's a very fitting quote, I would say, for this person.
Pretty much gives it away, but let's keep going.
Yeah. So this person is a part of the lifeblood of our community engagement and welcoming efforts. He brings contagious positivity and optimism to the community each and every day. And finally, this person is an absolute legend. His motivation, drive, and dedication to our pride is unmatched, and we wouldn't be where we are today without him.
I think just to add to this, right? I think what I love so much about this community member is, and just in general, I like the vibes I get. Like at the end of the day, like I know, I know I can come across as a very serious person as well. Like I've had that, like even in all of my professional work and stuff, which is how I am. Like I take things very seriously. Like Nine, you know that, right? And get very obsessed with things, and more than happy to put in the time because that just becomes secondary. But I love just jumping into the chat and like at the end of the day, just take a step back and like just enjoying the Discord and enjoying what's happening on Twitter. It's one of those things you just jump in and like it's a good vibe. And there are community members who are just like positive, like it's just positivity in the chat. It's contagious. You jump on Twitter, you're having fun. It's so good to just see that. Because it's sort of regardless of what happens with the project, you can just jump into the Discord and like you're smiling, you're having a good time. It's fun. And I think definitely this community member goes a long way in bringing that. So should we do a bit of a drum roll?
Yeah, a bit of a drum roll.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen a lot of comments in the chat, but just going to give a big congratulations to Mr. Froob. Mr. Froob. I think a lot of people in the actual Discord and the chat sort of expected this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all those quotes that came through, honestly, couldn't put better words out there for this person. So yeah, big congratulations to Froob and you received 0.2 ETH.
Incoming confetti. And he's only 8 years old. Wow.
I saw a comment that said, I think it's 5 people running the Froob account. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Awesome. Now the staff award.
Yeah, the staff award.
Mm-hmm.
This one is an interesting one as well. We have we have a fair bit of staff on the board.
Yeah.
Peter, Aaron, a couple of other people as well. So it was hard to make a decision on who it would actually be.
Mm-hmm.
But this person has been here as well. Majority of the time, and he's been an immense help in keeping the Discord clean, just moderating the chat, helping us with some decisions as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been a very big impact on the team, and it goes a long way. And a lot of people would know who this person is. So just a quick quote about this person. So this person has a roar that is heard by all in the Lazy Lions community. He's a big lover of leading the pride in large raids and always putting the community first. We're grateful to have someone with such high values as part of the team.
Yeah.
I think when we first started, this person was pretty much a Froob to begin with, to be honest. He was in Discord raiding every single day. And it's great to see this person actually evolve and become like the leader of the big raids that we have, So they've taken full control of that and have been an immense help over the past 2 months.
Absolutely right. Just to echo that, you said we've had really good deep chats about the project. I know this individual just puts the project 100% first, and it's easy to align with people like that, right? Because obviously not everyone in the community, everyone's sometimes has their, sometimes people have their own agenda and stuff, which is fine. But I think like we definitely align with those who put the community first. And we've had really good chats about the direction we're going in, shared quite a bit back and forth. And this person's just been doing amazing with the role as well. So especially it's taken a lot of pressure off of myself, I know, because now I'm able to spend time on working on the roadmap items, the other deliverables, the overall stuff without being in the chat. I know same story with Nine too. So drum roll. Should we get ready for the
big drum roll? So just want to I'll do a countdown. So big congratulations to 3, 2, 1. Mr. Aaron. Yeah. I think some of you guys expected it, but yeah, this person has been an immense help for us. And the confetti's coming out soon. So yeah, big congratulations to Aaron. And yeah, thanks for all that you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing like a self countdown, hey?
I mean,
awesome. Aaron, definitely appreciate you. Thanks, King.
Thanks, King.
Like we said, I think it goes a long way just, recognizing these community members in terms of like the efforts that they're putting towards the project. Absolutely. Like everybody needs to eat, but we never saw it as 600 USD. And you could have quoted me. I'm sure if you go into the Discord and you look back, I've said this numerous times. I'm like, giving out a line, it's not 600, it's not whatever it is worth right now. Like I literally saw that as giving like, tens of thousands or literally even hundreds of thousands of dollars away. Right. And we've seen that now, people have gifted each other lines and, you look at them now and, they're worth, tens of ETH or whatever it might be. So we just got to be careful there, right? We don't want to, we don't want to just give it out to random people, but then obviously if we're getting it out to the community, great. All for that. Especially when it ties in with events like this, which just benefit the whole project. So bit of background.
Agree.
The obviously that's not like, I don't like talking about the financials and stuff like that too much because it's not meant to come across as like advice or anything like that, right? It's literally just, that's how I see it. Right? That's how I see it because I value these things a lot. Right. And maybe it's just the pride in work and all that. Okay. So a bit of background on this. Rewards. We said whoever, to announce the release of Diamond Pause, we made it so whoever was Diamond Pause and also fit the requirements of rewards for the month of September. And obviously going in and out of rewards wasn't good. Diamond Pause isn't good enough, obviously. Whoever did fit that bill, we would randomly pick one. And then they would be given one of the first lions to be minted. So from the top 100. And this is the lion that this person will be receiving.
Yep.
Okay. And probably do a drum roll. This one was purely random. That's a bit loud, but yeah, congratulations, Digital Block Art.
Congratulations. Yeah, this one is it's a top 100 lion as well. So very awesome win, and congratulations to Digital Block Art. I think, as we mentioned before, just direct message me with your ETH address. But yeah, awesome win and congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Awesome. So yeah, definitely DM us. We don't want to set an expiry on these things, but try and DM us within the week, please. Otherwise, we just put it back into the community wallet for another thing. But hopefully not, because yeah, it's a pretty cool line. Yeah. Cool. Next thing is the zombie line giveaway winner. All right, this one's a bit more premium, right? This was, we just had a comp, those who purchased a floor line within a certain time frame. Every purchase was an entry, and you also had to have diamond pools. So this person was, again, it was randomly chosen. So don't know if we want to do a drum roll or anything like that right now, but
yeah, I think with this line, it's up there for me as well. Like just the actual line itself, it's such an awesome line to actually be giving away. It's one of the top 100s as well.
Yeah, that's right.
That it is a against it is a zombie lion as well with the evil eye. So very awesome, very awesome line.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool one. It's like yeah. The zombie, it's I love the artwork on it as well, right? Like it just it's so unique. It's got the Rangers shirt, the top knot hair. You know, I'm a fan of the top knot person. Everyone's subjective, but and then you got the gold grills. So pretty excited for this one. So let's see. This was randomly chosen from that criteria.
Yes.
All right, and the winner is
Disco Leopard. Congratulations. Big congratulations to winning this giveaway. This is a big giveaway, and yeah, like we mentioned, definitely do give us a DM directly, direct message to me. Just for security reasons, we don't want to be obviously messaging anybody directly. But yeah, awesome. They fit all the criteria as well, and yeah, awesome.
Congratulations. Awesome. All right. So with that brings us to, pretty much the tail end of this. We'll finish off with Q&A. I think like the main thing, just to sort of review, right? Before we jump into the Q&A, sorry. I think the main thing is just keeping it in perspective. Like we're all coming a long way with this, which is great. The growth has been steady. We're seeing more and more community members come in. It's engaging. We're seeing it all over the Twitter, which is great. That fits into the strategy that we had in terms of marketing. We've got the Bungalow dApp coming out that's going to enable you to easily edit your bungalow on our website and record that to the blockchain. We've got a competition for the best decorated bungalow. We'll be posting more about that in Discord. Rewards, that's the 8th of this month, so this Friday. And we've tweaked the requirements so that way if you've got 3 out of 4 requirements, then you'll get rewards. You don't have to have your profile photo. You don't have to have a line emoji now. You can choose. We've got the community grant. I'm super excited about this. Please send in your ideas, your proposals. Just ask that they're obviously properly laid out as well. The more info, the better. Send that to grants@bcn.media. We've got the Lazy Lion Awards, which we've shout out again to DJC, Froob, Aaron. They've been exceptional. The whole community has been exceptional. So to stand out is just something else. And the winners, right? Digital Block Art, Disco Leopard. Congratulations again. We'll be waiting for your DM with the ETH address, and with that, I think we can move into the Q&A. So
awesome.
We'll just I've seen a couple questions. We'll spend a few minutes here. Okay. One was about the edited bungalows. So can you have that as your banner? Yes. So we are making it so the bot will pick it up. So the scripting that we have for that checks the images, that will pick up edited bungalows. Okay. As long as obviously like the part of the walls and stuff like that, we're going to sample various points of it. But as long as it's not completely like you don't have a filter or something on it, which is completely changing all of the colors. But if it's edited to the point where you've got images on top, you should be able to get away with most of the edits I've seen where they've put lines in beds or in the windows and stuff. That should be fine as well. Do you have to have the requirements done by a certain date? So we're randomly checking. We don't give this information out so that way people don't try and game the system. I don't think most will, but some might. I think it's just easier, honestly, if you just leave your profile photo as a line. But we do have some flexibility there, to allow for people going in and out of profile photos, in and out of changes. So main thing is, do the right thing. If you have your profile photo set, you have your emoji, you have your banner image, you have diamond paws. If you have that for the month, like you're going to get it. Like we're trying to give it out to as many people as possible. We've made the scripting reflect that. So do the right thing, you'll get the rewards. What's the cap? So 2,500 USD. If there's an exceptional reason for more and we think it makes a lot of sense, okay. But otherwise, let's try and stick towards that as much as possible, because otherwise it is going to have to be exceptional reasons. What are your thoughts on edited profile photos? I think they've been great. And that's something we've got in the works as well. I don't want to share out too much. Again, it's just one of those things, we don't want to reveal everything. I think it takes away some of the excitement. sometimes it's a bit too early to say things as well. Yeah, there's something coming along with that, because I do think that's a really cool thing. If you're having issues with any of the rewards, we've got the support ticketing system now in Discord. So absolutely. When linking other NFTs, will you be able to crop? So it'll automatically crop it out. Yeah. Will there be more utility incorporated to Bungalows? So just to recap, right? There are a couple of things. We've got the dApp coming out, which is going to allow you to easily edit your bungalows with your NFTs, verify that you own those NFTs, and then record that to the blockchain. Okay, that's the first thing. We've added Bungalows as one of the requirements for rewards. So you've got, you just need to pass 3 out of 4 requirements. So Bungalows is now part of that too. And obviously that's the payouts that we do every month for rewards. And we've also got the best decorated bungalow competition. Again, the reason we included that information in the smart contract, having that link, is so that way we can utilize it in future events. So whether it is a game or whatever it might be, we can pull that data. So that utility aspect is, something that we're always going to have the ability to do. And I've had ideas of, come to us of, people in the community or influencers or whatever, getting these bungalows and, using that as a way to show off NFTs. So I think there's a lot of creativity that can come from this. I think the base has been sort of laid out, and I think we'll see it over time. Will it be an ETH again? So, I think Matic is it's a really good network, and there's a lot of value in doing it on that L2 chain. But yes, good news. We are going to be doing it in ETH again.
Okay. Makes it a much smoother process for everybody, right?
Yes. Is the team thinking about an ERC20 token? Can't reveal. That's one of those things we can't talk too much about that just yet. It's tough because and I know Nine and Mid and stuff. They know how I am. I like to do it like sneak peeks and things like that as soon as I can, and try and get things out as soon as I can as well, as soon as we can. But it's tough to answer these things too much without getting front run. Will there be any tokenized system implemented? We have rewards at the moment. Rewards, which is a pretty unique system. Instead of that's where we put budget towards a rewards program where for doing things that benefit the project, having a profile photo set to your lion, having a lion emoji in your bio, having a bungalow in your banner, then there is, there's a reward structure there. Will you guys need beta testers for the game? Absolutely. As it gets closer and closer to that, yes. All right. I'm pretty excited about this next month as well. We've obviously got Halloween. Again, don't want to share too much about those type of things, but yeah, there's a lot of cool things to look forward to. I think overall the progress has been really good, right? It's like we're saying, it's good to just reflect on that progress. But kings, queens, I think with that we'll probably bring this to an end now. Thanks again for everyone jumping on, whether it's if it's nighttime if you're in the US, or daytime here in Oz, or evening wherever else it might be. Thanks again. Give us your feedback in the IDs and feedback channel. We'll be reading that. Jump back into the Discord, but I don't know if there's anything else you want to cap off with.
For sure. The channel for the Decorate Your Bungalow will be created today in Discord. So prepare for that one, and get ready to, looking forward to see how creative you guys get as well. And don't forget that the community grant will be open as well for you guys to send your proposals through to for us to review. But otherwise, it's been great. Yeah. Somebody asked, how much do you love us? Yeah, heaps. So there's your answer. So, Thanks, Kings. Yeah, appreciate you all.
Kings, Queens.
Yeah.
Thanks again.